As you know, in the last few months, Hyderabad has gone through some very difficult times. 37,000 families and households were affected in the floods, which many believe were due to the neglect of urban planning by successive governments. Um, as a person who belongs to Hyderabad, I wanted to really find out what people felt about their life in the city, what they expected from their elected representatives, as well as what they expected from GHMC and the municipal officials. For this purpose, I had conducted several discussions over September, October this year, and an extensive study among voters of Hyderabad in November 2020. The findings have been stunning, and I'd like to go through some of the key findings. One of the most important findings is that the voters of Hyderabad across income segments, across education levels, support a right to recall. What does a right to recall really mean? Right to recall means that a non performing corporator or any elected representative can be recalled before the end of his or her tenure by the voters. This is usually through a re-election where the voters can initiate a recall process against the elected representative if he or she is not performing their duties. This was one of the top demands of the voters of Hyderabad whom we studied. The Urban Distress and Reform Study 2020, which was conducted in the GHMC area, 15 out of the 30 circles, that's about 15 out of the 24 assembly constituencies, showed that 91% of the respondents felt anger and frustration against their elected representatives, especially the corporators, who did not focus on solutions to the problems of the citizens of these wards. A high 69% of the people felt that corporators came to the field and started responding only before elections. Also, a further 60% of the respondents felt that GHMC officials were not honest. 2 out of every 5 persons reported that affording food had become more difficult as compared to earlier years. 90% of those who answered this also said that their food consumption has decreased as compared to earlier years. One of the last key findings I'd like to talk about, which is very revealing, not just at the GHMC level or at the municipal level, but probably across all the sections of the government in Telangana, is that 89% of the respondents of this study felt that they deserved a better government. Now, right to recall is an electoral reform which the people want and the people deserve, especially people of Hyderabad, who have propped up the state of Telangana as well as Andhra before the bifurcation. They deserve a right which gives them a better life and helps them fulfill their desires and aspirations. Now, are the governments ready to give people such rights? That's the question.